Hello! Today I'm going to show you how to use milk in cold process soap. And we're going to use a really simple no freeze method. Many milk soaps use frozen milks, and although it works really well, it can be a bit of a pain in the backside. So we're going to do it in a really simple way that I hope you really enjoy. So the first thing we're going to do is prepare our lye solution. And for that, we are going to actually use ice cubes rather than water. Now, the reason for that is that it helps to keep this mixture a little bit cooler, and it also helps to reduce the fumes which are coming off from the lye itself. I'm using just over half of the amount of liquid that I need as water, and all of the remainder of it is going to be our milk. So to my ice, I'm going to add my lye, and then I'm just going to mix this until all of the lye and the water have blended together, and the heat from this is going to melt the ice really quickly. You just want to make sure that you haven't got any lye crystals still sitting at the bottom or any lumps. Now, don't ever try and go less than half of your water amount, because you need at least equal amounts of your liquids to your lye to create the proper solution. Let's set that to one side and let's weigh out our oils. Let's melt our solid oils down, and then we'll add in our liquid oils. Next, I'm going to weigh out my olive oil. Such a beautiful, rich oil. It really does work very well in soap. So next I'm going to add my milk into my liquid oils. I'm just going to stick blend this together. Always looks so beautiful. Let's give it a buzz. Now, a little tip for you is, if you are waiting for this to cool down or you've overheated it at all, just want to speed things up, you can pour it into another container, because your pan is going to be really hot and it's going to hold on to the heat, and that's going to take time to cool down. So if we just transfer this into a jug, make sure that you get everything out, because you need all of it. It's going to take a ton less time. You can get on to making soap a lot quicker. The oil's at 98 degrees Fahrenheit. My milk solution is lower at 67. So I'm going to combine the two. You can see, because the milk has been sitting there for a little while, it's already started separating. They're not going to stay together until we actually turn this into soap, because the water and the oil are not going to be the best of friends. So we need to emulsify this into the soap, create that beautiful creamy milk soap. Milk soaps have been popular forever. Of course, Cleopatra was famous for bathing in milk, but many people like to use milk soaps as they consider them to be more moisturizing. They're particularly popular with people who have eczema or dry skin. I would love to know, do you use milk soaps, and do you think they do make a difference? Let me know in the comments. Just to get it nice and fluid before we add in our lye solution. Now, this is the time that you could add colour, and you could use essential oils or fragrances as well. But I don't want to use anything in this at all. I want to keep it just in its natural colour, and that's for a couple of reasons. One, if I add anything to it, I'm not going to know what the actual base colour of the soap is, and that will help me in future to know what the colour of the soap is with nothing added to it. And then secondly, a lot of people who use milk soaps are using them because they do have a more delicate skin and they don't want any type of fragrance in there at all. They like an unscented bar. That's what we're going to be doing this time. But of course you could use something like lavender or chamomile essential oils, and that would be lovely too. Let's just take this to a nice light trace. And now it's time to pour into the mould. Look how creamy and delicious that looks. Super silky. Give it a little tap just to level it off. And then I'm going to texture the top. Now you can either use a small end or you can use the larger end. I'm going to show you the larger end because it does make a difference to the patterning. You see it gives just a little bit of a different look. I'm just going in circles to create that swirl. And it's really therapeutic to just swirl the surface of your soap. Probably should stop now. There we go. Our beautiful milk soap. Super, super easy method for you without all of the freezing and the messing around. Let me know if this is something that you've already tried or if it's a method that you're going to try. There is a fantastic video by Holly at Capiamera. I'm going to put a link to it so that you can check hers out as well. And then I'm just going to leave it for 24 to 48 hours to really firm up before we cut it. If you've liked spending time with me today, why not click the subscribe button? I would love to hang out with you another time. Well, let's have a look under the lid. I decided, because it has been so cold here recently, it's been well into the minus, that I would cover it in this little box rather than just a towel, because it really has been just super, super cold. And this is actually just a little polystyrene box that I can't even remember what came in it, but it was just something that I bought that came in the post, and it was just this little box. And you know what? It's absolutely brilliant for your soaps. So maybe if you get some polystyrene packaging, don't throw it away. Just think about how you can repurpose it and use it for insulating your soaps. And actually it's slightly over insulated it, and I've got the tiniest little crack on the top, but that's neither here nor there, and it's super easy to fix. Oh, that's beautiful. I'm going to trim off these little edge pieces just before I start. And it just is going to make it a little bit cleaner. And it just means we won't have to do as much cleanup on all of the individual bars. Saves so much time. And we can actually use these to fill the cracks. If it's something that you really worry about and you're like, oh, I can't possibly use that, or I can't gift that to somebody, you absolutely can. You can literally just squash some of the little pieces that you file off or from the ends into like a little ball like this, make them nice and soft. And then you can just literally fill those in. Just like that. And that little crack just disappears. So honestly, if you're desperate for it to be filled in and perfect, it's just a quick way that you can do it. Not a crack in sight. All right, let's cut this baby and see how beautiful it is on the inside. And there we go. Lovely even colour. It's slightly yellow at the moment, but it's going to go to this lovely creamy colour as it dries. I am very, very happy with that. And of course, we didn't use any fragrance at all in this. We kept it completely natural. And we're just celebrating the beauty and natural goodness of a milk soap. Don't forget, if you're a soap maker and you'd like to have a go yourself, you can find the recipe in the description underneath the video.